How's it going, guys? My name is Alex.
Good evening.
And welcome to a review of the best coach in eFootball as it stands. I scored my penalty, I collected 100 coins and only 500 coins is needed to sign him. The best deal, the only long ball counter manager for 500 coins, and now you have the proficiency, of course, 88, the golden standard. The same goes for possession, so you can combine the two, and in console, for instance, and on mobile you can switch it manually, but on console you can switch it with one button during the game with subtactic. I made a separate video about subtactic, such a handy feature, and this is very nice because long ball counter holds the defensive line a little bit deeper and also offers you the perks that you get with quick counter. Players spread out to enable you effectively use the long passes to set up attacks. Even players far away from the ball holder will actively look for opportunities to rush behind the opposition backline. And for possession, players are positioned a little bit more neatly. They maintain tight positioning to maximize the effectiveness of short passes. They will also generally avoid dashing into space behind the opposition defense, although they'll still make runs, like whole players, goal poachers will make runs even in possession game playstyle. I really like possession on mobile, and I'm gonna be showing you games from that, and long ball counter on console is pure cinema, and I was like kind of lucky in that boost, plus 3 stats boost that you get from 85, like that's the perk of having 88 proficiency manager. Every stat on a player that is 85 is boosted by 3 points, as opposed to that stat being boosted by 2, and you need to like higher stat threshold like 88 to be boosted by 3 points with other managers that are not 88 proficiency. So let's jump into long ball counter games on console. I'm playing events games. I had to claim coins and skill tokens, and I decided to try long ball counter. I'm not a big fan. As you can see, my opponent is trying to attack. If you switch into a player pretty quickly, you can stop it, and you've seen that I wasn't really exposed. It wasn't really one of those situations when my players were chasing. And look how quickly, even though I played short passes, I managed to build a quick counter situation here. I mean, long ball counter doesn't mean that you need to spam lofted long balls, although you see that's where you find the most joy. And then, of course, you'll find trouble finding support, but when you do, when you dribble a little bit, you can score this type of goals. This is pure cinema, and it reminded me possession a little bit. So if you want, you can force a possession type of play on long ball counter too. It doesn't mean that you need to spam like long balls, but it's still kind of preferable to play a lot of through balls in quick counter or long ball counter playstyles. And again, another situation where we see a run, one makes a run, especially if you have like attacking fullbacks, and look at this beautiful run in behind the defensive line. And this is actually, speaking of formations, this is one of my favorite formations for long ball counter. Even on mobile it works very well, so I recommend you to test it out. It's a base 4-2-3-1 formation. So I'm playing against, look, these are the opponents I'm facing, some OG cards there, so they know how to play the game. And we're playing again 4-3-2-1. And in my opinion, look how many players making runs. And this is nice just because when you play quick counter and long ball counter formation, many people think that, I need to play aggressive 4-2-4 and like 4 attackers and tact as high as possible. And then I think, what is the reason for that? If you really want your players to make runs, you need to have some space for them to make runs. And that's why having right midfielders, left midfielders, as we are considering an awkward goal, of course, is kind of a little bit better, because they have space to run into instead of like right and left wing forwards. So I play right left midfielders, and I actually found a lot of joy with that. And look, as you can see, there's a player on the left making an overlapping run. We always find another player. This is a hopeless pass. This is actually a bad decision, but you can obviously instantly start pressuring from top, which is kind of the trickiest part about long ball counter. A lot of players gonna be dropping down, but that's your idea. You always want to do that. With quick counter it's much easier, and opponent allows me an easy goal here. It's definitely nothing fancy here. We have a solid lead here, but we can make a mistake. I'm trying to match up here, I can see the goal, no biggie, we still have time to score more. And there you go, this is another 1-2s, and that's where you have right and left infielders instead of wingers. They have space to run into, that's very nice. And then obviously very easy chance and Torres. I was supposed to play first time pass, he was just kind of clunky a little bit, didn't do that, even though I gave him the skill, I think, or he had it by default. Another quick counter situation, look, there's space for players to run into, look, I have 4 options pretty much. And I'm passing to Fernando Torres, who is clinical in these instances. Very nice, thank you so much. An opponent still is very persistent. He wants to come back, and I made a mistake by just dashing with the defender. Should never be doing that. Just clear it without like some fancy chips. And I was rightfully punished for that. And we start another quick counter, and we may be getting another chance on goal here. And can we get a chance on goal? Yeah. You see, this is just pure cinema, bro. Like this quick counters with long ball counter is pure cinema, and every attack makes sense in my opinion. And obviously you get this perk of having deep defensive line, and we scored a lot of goals, conceded a few, but I would attribute these to like mistakes where I am not really good at controlling players manually on my gamepad. I'm not really good at console gaming in general, but I'm getting better, I'm getting there. So these are the games that I started with. I was playing with long ball counter, I was losing a lot of games, they were hilarious, bro. And then I switched to possession. And as you can see, at the moment I switched to possession, I start winning games, one by one. I haven't lost a single one in divisions. And the opponents, I mean, I've shown you, bro, like these spamming, the cross-spamming merchants. And possession for me is cinema, and that is a great entry point for you as well to start playing possession. And if you like long ball counter, you can combine. So this manager is absolutely goated, I think, and he is worth 500 coins, right? So I was on the edge, on the verge of saving for that. Yeah, I could be buying him from the get-go, but I just want to save and show that you can have like a progress with a free-to-play team. Like by saving coins from events, we're going to be completing some events and getting from the lap reward 100 coins, and I think we're going to be claiming this Rijkaard. But the thing is, he's just great because if you like long ball counter, you play long ball counter, and then you feel like your team is not clicking anymore and you switch to possession. I mean, you should be buying him, I think. These are the games that I played possession with on mobile, and I played divisions. And I faced a lot of tryhards, and these are like with insults in their usernames and just like spamming crosses all the time. You know, the usual stuff you meet in divisions and Division 1 badges players and like ranked top 10k and higher. But our goal is just to maintain calmness, and even though, look, I play possession, that's the problem. I didn't really see that perfect run from Mbappe, but this is how I build the attacks. With possession, your defensive line is higher, although you still can maintain it. There is no problem defending with possession if you're good at switching, manual switching. Van Basten! But the idea is that we want to score beautiful goals, and like not like these stupid goals. As the opponent is very aggro, you just turn, bro. Like you just turn around if he's very aggro, and you can still maintain possession. Very nice. And instead of like, you see, instead of AI making runs for me, a nice Rabona pass. I was trying to achieve the runs by playing 1-2, activate 1-2 passes at all costs. I have a tutorial video how to pass and run 1-2 pass, as in this game, which I already posted, I think, on my channel. This is where we're facing a Bale card, and we completely nullified Bale, although my opponent like kind of was trying to do something there. And the possession is where like you can run around and you don't need to rush with the passes, I think, because you will also always find support. And you always find at least 2 ways to perform a pass. As you can see, I could have passed there to a player in the middle, that was Mbappe, and then I passed into Bellingham, who finished this chance with a little bit of luck. And again, quick counter situation here. Van Basten is not making an incisive run behind the defender, but we apply a lot of pressure from top, and we get the ball and we get the deflection. So some may say that it's a lucky second game in a row we're getting this benefit of deflections, but in my opinion, it's all about you switching fast to a player and just robbing your opponent if he is not careful enough. And I was robbed like that a lot of times. By the way, that was a stupid run by Van Basten. I hate this. Just make a run into empty space. Don't run into me, bro. But we win this game. Let's go into the next one. As you can see, there's an insult, least toxic Russian player insults in his username, in Russian, of course, and then the long ball spammer formation. Although he doesn't really, I mean, unless he's spamming to Salah, well, we'll see about that. And yeah, so we still play with free-to-play team. That's our goal. We are the brave free-to-play warriors. Nobody will stop us. But let's see if that's Roberto Carlos with a 360 pass into Mbappe, who was behind my defender, who was about to clear. I don't know what I'm talking about then. It is indeed that instance, and my opponent celebrating a beautiful goal. Let's take a look. We will be watching the replays because why not? These are the goals that are worth taking a look at again, and looking at the celebration of a pay-to-win whaler beating with a deflection there. Okay, yeah, not a deflection, but look, Tony Adams, I was matching up. I don't know what I was supposed to do. Mbappe just sprung out of nowhere into a sliding tackle, which ended up being a shot, and goalkeeper was not even in the middle of the goal to stop that. But it is all good, though. We still continue doing our thing. We create chances. We do, create something out of nothing. And of this Mbappe miss was actually, I was very worried that this one of those games, and because that was a clear chance and he's good at his weak foot. And then we have Neymar double touch into a curl. Sit down, mate. Sit down. Obviously, he's not watching the replays with me this time, because this goal is much better. What's the purpose of watching a good goal? Let's watch a scuffed cross into a random lucky goal instead. And there you go. Even in the dire minutes, I'm still trying to find some fortune. And this was very painful because we were about to score. And look, people are saying not making the runs. They made the runs twice for me there. And I just missed out on that first run opportunity, but still, again, Emmanuel Petit as a box-to-box player, which is a very nice player to have in the middle all the time. I should have passed there. I don't know what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't really realize that Van Basten was to the left. And 4-2-2-2 is a very nice formation too. Like, look, I'm using 4-2-2 with possession, but I think I'm gonna be sticking to 4-2-3-1 a little bit, so that I have these incisive runs of my wingers into the area. Opponent played so well, and it's a shame that he couldn't beat a poor team like mine. Alright, let's see if we can maybe beat another team. This free-to-play team could be, yeah, very nice, nicely built, solid team. Let's build an attack from scratch here. Costa Curta again. We're testing the waters if our opponent is aggro or not, turning around, and yeah, even if my opponent is trying to tackle me, I always have a few players to support and tackle and get the ball back instantly. As you can see, Bellingham wasn't really... yeah, but our opponent makes a lot of mistakes, I must say that too. But look, that's how Costa Curta aggressive. I gave him track back. I think that helps. But maybe it's not really needed with a defensive-minded... Yeah, this opponent is not really applying that much pressure, so this is more about creating triangles, right? Rural triangles is what you need to achieve to score goals in possession playstyle. And we will be there. As again, he's watching that with me. Look, that's perfectly... yeah, perfect textbook attack with possession. Could have even like guided the goal into the ball into the goal, but still decided to take a silent shot and was rewarded, which is nice. We improve on our already nice score. And look, this is cinema. It is possession. That's not quick counter. Messi still made a run. I needed to perform. Yeah, I needed to perform a through ball, but I decided to do some fancy tricks. And another final game for today, playing against again. It was in Division 1. Not all games I'm winning, of course, but once I switched to possession, like I said before, I started winning, and that was very nice. I just wasn't really a big fan of long ball counter. Probably I would attribute that to the manager. He wasn't really having proficiency of 88. Van Basten to Isak, nice ding, but I just took a little bit of a heavy touch there, so it's on me. And now I concede a goal, which I was trying to prevent, but some goals are like that. You just... Rivaldo, yeah, I guess Rivaldo on his left foot cross, and then a goal, nice goal, I guess, and then another chance. I am not really good enough in terms of like switching fast to a player, and I want to switch it a little bit too late. Rivaldo with his left foot into the top bins. Crazy goal, crazy goal. But our goal is still to maintain confidence and stay cool, collected, calm. And Van Basten, like, this is quick counter. Like, I'm telling you, this is quick counter situation. Not a lot of players are making this type of runs in possession. Many people would think, yeah, but I would say that this is exactly what you get with possession. So just try it. Many people are afraid of possession. They used to quick counter. I for one can't play quick counter. So maybe I should be the one learning quick counter way. But now that I have the option to switch from long ball counter, which is a favorite playstyle of many quote-unquote pro players, or like people who are push and rank and push, and yeah, so they are playing long ball counter. So I was always interested in long ball counter playstyle, and I now have an opportunity to test it with 88 proficiency finally. And there you go. You build triangles, you play 1-2s, and you force players to run for you. I think that's how you get better in possession. And again, we are bullying our opponent there a little bit, and Del Piero scoring a nice Girlinho there, and we are wrapping up the game. So yeah, that's pretty much how it's played. Some people are asking me, how do you, Alex, how do you build the attacks? Again, possession playstyle. Look how Stoichko was making the run for me. He was like so actively making the run, and people are, I think that's a misconception. Players will still make runs. It's just like these runs will be not as prolific as you get with quick counter or long ball counter. And yeah, we had a chance to maybe score one more and win this game. Still a draw, still decent. Hope you enjoyed this review. I'll be experimenting with the playstyles, switching between them. And this is a fantastic manager for that. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll see you next time. Peace.